Good day. G with the word here. Let me relate to you a story from God's word in John chapter 4 that you've heard probably many times. I hope that you'll read the chapter again. Let me tell you the story briefly. Jesus had been up north in Galilee and was headed back south to Judea. Samaria was in between the two. Now the Jews would not travel through Samaria. The Jews and the Samaritans hated each other. And the Jews would cross the Jordan River and go around Samaria. Jesus said to his disciples, I must go through Samaria. Now, while he was there, he met a Samaritan woman at a well who had had 5 husbands and was living in sin with another man. He asked her for water, and she was incredulous that he, a Jew, would speak to her. Now, long story short, Jesus told her that he was the living water of life. She believed him, she was saved, and she went and she told those that she met. Now, why do I tell the story? Because in my early years, I was a Samaritan, living in Samaria, separated from God, separated from God's people, no hope and no real joy. But one day, Jesus walked into my life unexpected. I was sitting in a church holding the hand of a pretty little girl, and it was the only reason I was in church. Oh, she's now my wife of 57 years. But I wasn't listening to the preacher. I wasn't listening to the music, or I wasn't listening to the singing. But at that moment, Jesus confronted me. I didn't know him. I didn't know about him. He confronted me unexpectedly. He knew about me. He knew that like he knew about the Samaritan woman at the well, a sinner, lost. I was born and raised on the Atlantic coast in Hampton, Virginia, but he found me in a little church in the mountains of North Carolina, 420 miles away from my home. Listen, I was the woman at the well, living a life of sin. I was a lost sheep, not knowing the path to safety. I was Peter and Andrew going about my daily life. I was the blind man, not able to see the light. I was the 2 men on the road to Emmaus, caught unaware and unexpected. The woman caught in adultery, separated from God. And I was Paul, struck blind and then given sight. I was all of those and more. But Jesus. Listen to verses 13 and 14 from John 4. Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water, that is the well water, shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life. My friend, the Samaritan woman believed and then went and told all about this man named Jesus. Now, that's my job. Do you know him? He may confront you unexpected. May God bless and guide you this day and in those to come.